What's up, everybody? And welcome to the Without Limits podcast, conversations with CJ
and Jay.
Listen, our new motto, or our current motto, is a conversation can just save your life.
Yes, it can.
My God. Listen, if you have not already, make sure you follow us on all of our platforms. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. Also, make sure you subscribe everywhere.
Everywhere.
Listen,
please.
I'm sick of y'all because y'all not subscribing. Y'all not listening.
Y'all watching though.
We thank you for the watches.
The views are up.
They up.
But can you hit subscribe?
I need you to hit the subscribe. Even for my listeners on Apple Podcasts, I need y'all to download, subscribe.
Hit that follow.
That follow button. I need you to do that. If you listen on Podbean, do the same thing. Spotify. We trying to get these 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to do a telethon.
We got goals.
I'm going to do a telethon. You know how they used to do a telethon when people used to be on the phone and they call in? We're going to do one of them. We're going to make sure everybody subscribe.
Are you subscribed?
Nah, are you subscribed? Huh? We just put a PBS special out or something. I don't know. But listen, we are excited for yet another episode. Please, once again, we'll go back to the subscribing situation. Please make sure you subscribe because we got some new conversations. We got some new guests. We got some new episodes that we are working on. So we definitely want you all to subscribe, okay?
Absolutely.
For real. We want to get it out there. Y'all about ready to make me start asking for sponsors because y'all getting on my nerve. Is there a sponsor in the house? Huh?
It don't cost much.
Huh? It don't cost you nothing but a tap. That's all it is. But we got a conversation. But before we get there, don't you got something you want to do that now or you want to do it later?
I guess I can do it now. So this weekend, today is, I almost said March, Lord Jesus. May 22nd.
Okay.
Right? Today's day, right?
Yep, 22nd.
Today is May 22nd.
Mm-hmm.
So on May 28th, the Forever Evolving Dance Company will be in their annual recital this Sunday.
Yes.
My daughter is a part of it.
Yeah.
And we were going to have a guest today, but she couldn't make it. However, if anybody knows about Forever Evolving Dance Company, they are amazing. They offer ballet, tap dance, hip-hop, liturgical, worship, contemporary, all those different genres for children ages 3 to 18. So if you're available, we'll put the link in our description.
Absolutely.
Purchase your tickets. I just heard we're almost sold out. So get your tickets on Eventbrite. Just in the search engine, you can put in Forever Evolving Dance.
Yep.
And the information will come up. And the tickets are only $20.
$20.
That's it.
What's that? That's not even a half a tank of gas.
It sure ain't. That's like a quarter tank.
If that. That's if you go.
Depending on what kind of car you get or what kind of gas you get.
Yeah.
Because, gas is just rising,
Listen, gas is rising like glory. You hear me? Gas is rising. Listen. Huh? Gas is rising like the glory. Huh? Yes. You know the glory rise? The gas prices are rising right now.
I needed to come on down.
I need to come down. Huh? Come down.
It's starting to come down just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I feel like
it's going to rise because it's going to get hot out. It's getting warm outside.
Man, I don't want to be paying $5 a gallon for gas. Okay.
Mercy. Speaking of that, that was going to be my random thought, but we can start out with a random thought. I remember when gas was 99 cents.
99 cents. I wasn't able to purchase gas.
No, I wasn't driving during that season.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
But I remember when my parents used to go right to Indiana, right across the border to that gas station, and all you see is .99. And $20 got you a full tank.
Listen, now if you want to ride, $20 is the minimum for the gas money. Okay?
$20 is now $5 in this life.
Okay. That's even $20 will get you just a little bit of groceries too.
Just a little bit.
Just
I don't
a little
know what's
bit.
up. Inflation.
I remember when I went grocery shopping, and it would just cost me, and probably because my daughter was younger, but it cost me $78 to shop for the month. Okay,
for the month.
For the month, and that was just and of course I'm always out and everything like that, at that time. But now it's costing me almost $300 a month.
$78 is a day, if that. If that. If that. You might get a little leftovers, depending on what you're cooking. You know.
That's what I try and plan for the week, but my child is now the one that does not like to eat leftovers. I don't know where she gets that from. But, yeah.
I live with somebody that don't like to do leftovers like that.
Hey, in this season, you have to do what you have to do.
Listen.
To, make
I don't get it. Life be lifing.
Period.
Life is life. If anybody can testify to that, y'all can understand. Y'all can make this y'all.
It's lifing now.
Life be lifing.
Okay.
I ain't gonna say I'm sick of life because I want to live, but you know what I mean. Life be lifing. But we moving on. We gotta move on. We gotta talk about this thing. I'm gonna start off by saying this. I'm sick of it.
Sick of this church.
I'm sick of it. Y'all, for the last, and we've been missing a couple weeks, so we apologize for coming in with an episode some weeks later. We working. We moving. But
we are not unproductive.
Listen, we are moving. I'm my hands are to the plow. I got multi things going on right now. But so it was a few weeks ago. I'm gonna say a few weeks.
Okay.
I saw a video of a student basically putting their hands on a teacher. And it kind of, I don't know. I don't understand. And then after that, I just kept seeing different clips of
other stuff.
Of other students putting their hands on teachers.
Yeah.
And I just need to know. And I'm going to try to say this as clean as I can. How the heck is that even possible or appropriate for a child to put their hands, I'm just going to say an adult.
On an adult, period.
I need to know how is that possible, y'all. Now, we in reference with teachers, because I can understand, because I used to be an educator once upon a time. Mm-hmm. I work with kids with disabilities. Mm-hmm. And those kids, they have behaviors. So they would hit you or something like that. But we were certified to quote unquote restrain, put them in holds, so they can calm down.
Okay.
These ain't kids that are special needs. These kids, they are in their right minds.
Are they really?
Listen, I need to. Y'all gotta let me know why is it okay for these people? Why is it okay for these kids?
But I think in this moment, in this season, because if you think about it, we came up when our parents told us to respect our elders and everything, right?
Absolutely.
So by the time we came to middle school or high school, whatever. There were a lot of fights, and some teachers were young, closer to our age than the older teachers, and it seemed like they would have this. Speaking from the student's mind, I'm just reflecting back.
Yeah.
The student at that time would think, well, if you gonna respect me, if you want respect, you need to give me respect.
Absolutely.
And not really taking into consideration that it was an adult that they were talking to. Now, fast forward to today, you probably have those parents that's still in that mindset. I don't care if it is a teacher. You don't know what they're teaching at home, but they'll be saying, I don't care if it is a teacher. If they don't respect you, you act accordingly. That's how. So I don't teach my child that way.
So,
but
let's dive into that for a second. Let's dive into that for a second. Okay. You said that it could be home. Mm-hmm. They're saying that if they don't give you respect, then yada yada yada. Mm-hmm. So what would qualify as disrespect?
Raising their voice at them, they could feel like that's disrespectful to them.
But I'm raising my voice because you're not listening. Mm-hmm. So
Yeah,
you didn't hear.
I'm not saying that it's right.
No, I'm just saying you didn't hear me when I spoke in my cool, calm, and collective voice. But then when I raised my voice, all of a sudden now it's considered disrespect. But technically, you didn't respect the teacher when they said it in a cool, calm, and collective. So, what's the next thing?
I don't know what the next thing is because I've never been in that position.
Because we gonna call this thing a spade. We gonna call a spade a spade. Because I get it.
Yeah,
I understand. Now it would be different if the teacher was just being just. And I'm not defending anybody, but I'm just using it as an example. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, first of all, number one, like I said, I'm a former educator, so I don't know where life is now. I've been out of the school. I've been out of the school district for over 7 years. Mm-hmm. But for me, in my mindset, teachers got a lot on their plate. Now I wasn't a teacher. I was a teacher's assistant, or as they call it, a paraprofessional. Mm-hmm. But I watched the teachers do paperwork, do assignments, do making sure the curriculum that they had to give was like, they have a lot to do, and they don't get paid a lot.
They don't get.
Let's talk about that. And I'm gonna say that
they do not get
educators do not get paid a lot. Like, God, that's no. We're gonna say, because this is the part. We without limits. We gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
The thing is, that's why a lot of some educators have a second job.
Yep.
They work in the school, and then some may go. I know some that I used to work with. They used to go serve. Mm-hmm. They'll serve on weekends. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not getting paid all of that. But the problem is
not just not getting paid, but they're using that. They could be getting a second job to get other supplies for the students, depending on what area that they're living is. Because if they're in the underprivileged area or the African, CPS, whatever, and they're not getting the resources that they need for the children, they'll pick up a second, third job just to help other students, just so they can succeed. So
they're doing over and above and beyond to teach your child or to teach your children
to be that teacher.
Whatever they're going to teach, whatever they're teaching, whatever subject, whatever that is. Mm-hmm. Your child, and I'm going to say your child because I ain't got no kids. Your child has the audacity to lift their hand to the teacher. Because I think the video that I saw was she took their phone.
Yeah.
And I believe in school. I'm sure in school
you're not supposed to have
your phone anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure of that. And I didn't grow up in that life. Like, they wouldn't have cell phones like that back in the day.
Well, I didn't get a phone until I was 18.
Yeah, so
my peers did have their own phone, but even at that time, you were not able to have your phone.
It was gum chewing. In our time, you couldn't stop chewing that gum. It was gum chewing. You couldn't chew no gum. You couldn't eat in the classroom. You couldn't eat in the classroom. It was more so like we were foodies. Like, we wanted to have food. We wanted to have chips.
That's what we wanted.
We wanted a Fruitopia. What y'all know about Fruitopia?
Ooh. Fruitopia.
We wanted a Fruitopia. Wow. My God. I know. I took y'all back. That was popular at Bloom Trail. We wanted Fruitopia. And you don't get a strawberry lemonade. My God.
Wow.
My God.
Reminiscing.
My God. So, my era was different.
Yeah.
We wanted to have food. We wanted to have chips, pickle.
That's what we wanted.
All that. That's what we wanted in the classroom. Now it's electronics. Or it could be, electronics. So, for the video that I saw was the girl the teacher took the young lady's phone. Mm-hmm. The young lady ended up putting her hands on the teacher, and the teacher ended up restraining her. And I don't really know the outcome of that. I think I saw I don't know. I really don't know the outcome of that.
Both of them got charges pinned.
They both got charges.
Both of them.
Okay,
yes.
So I don't know about the.
I don't know the outcome of but both of them.
Understood. But for me, two wrongs don't make it right.
It don't.
Two wrongs don't make it right. But at the same time, as a child, and I don't know what we teach in this new generation. I have no idea what we teach. Like I said, I have no kids yet.
I know what I'm teaching mine.
But, oh We
And it is, don't you ever in your life raise your hand to an adult.
I am 36 years old.
However,
Jay, I am 36 years old. My mother is still alive and well.
Mm-hmm.
I am 36 years old.
Mm-hmm.
If I even think about disrespecting any of my elders,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like my mother's going to come from out of nowhere.
Absolutely.
And slap the living taste
Mm-hmm.
out of my mouth. I was raised not to disrespect any adult.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the adult was wrong,
Mm-hmm.
you go to your parent. I went to my mama.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what happened. She would address that adult.
Absolutely.
The problem is, in this new generation, these children are allowed to address these adults like they are adults. No, not yours. No, not yours. Thank God. Shout out to Sugar. Bless you. But I'm just saying.
But not just her. I'm just, the children around them. Because I know there is, that thought of, they don't have both parents in the household. Look, her other parent ain't in the house either. But what I raised her to do is to respect your elders.
Yeah.
Period. Point blank. Now, if a teacher or somebody in authority, you feel like they're doing something wrong to you, you have every right to call me and I will address them. And if you feel like a student is disrespecting you, first you tell the teacher. If the teacher doesn't do anything about it, all right. You go to the next person. If you feel like nothing's happening, then you tell me and then I will address it.
Yeah.
But if for any reason somebody feels like they have to put their hands on you, by all means, defend yourself.
Absolutely.
By all means,
absolutely,
defend yourself.
Absolutely.
Now, we have to, in this generation, I don't know why they feel like they can put their hands on it. But I really think since this is May, this is Mental Health Awareness Month, I think mental health does play a huge role in it.
In what capacity, though? In what capacity? Because
if you think about it, I don't know if you noticed, but after the pandemic, it seemed like...
Oh, no, life is different.
A whole lot different.
Life is different. Like, there was no such thing as clapback. The way life was before the pandemic will no longer be the same.
Exactly.
No longer,
things have changed.
No longer, even the fact that if you sneeze in public, you get a look.
Not even a God bless you. You get a look.
You get a look. Like, hold on, my
like
sneeze.
You all right?
Like,
you got a mask?
Right. Like, wait. Like, I was on a train, and because of this weather's changing, it's bothering of course, my sinuses or whatever. So I carry a towel with me now, just so it's like I gotta sneeze. I gotta come out because folks be looking at me like I'm contagious, and I'm like, it's a sneeze. So going back to your comment, yeah, life after COVID is no longer the same. It's not, and we will never get. Oh my God, I need them days to come back so bad.
What?
Them days before COVID.
Yeah, because it was different, and it was. Mental health played a lot on that, especially if children were the only, if they're the only child, or if they have, if they're in abusive, situations at home, or whatever the case that they're going through, they really don't have, somebody to really talk to like that. And I know before COVID, at my child's school, they didn't have a counselor. Now they have one on site every day. So it's a difference. It's a huge difference. Whether they're helping them to navigate through life and teach them the correct way to do things, or showing them manners, and somebody, just a sidebar, somebody needs to let these little boys know to keep them hands to themselves. It is not appropriate to put your hands on females or girls, period. Or it is not respectful. When somebody says no, respect that no and leave it alone. Somebody needs to teach them that.
There's some girls out there like that too.
Mm-hmm.
You little girls too.
People too.
Keep your hands.
People. Period.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah. But since you're going to mental health, you went to the mental health kick. I feel like I understand the students, but I'm concerned about these teachers.
I'm concerned about the teachers as well.
Because the teachers, it's like, okay, let me put you like
That's
this.
That's why I stopped teaching, honestly.
Girl, so the thing is that if there's no teachers, there's no school.
Yeah.
Then there's no education to give.
Yeah.
So with me saying that is, I'm praying for the teachers because the teachers got to deal with a lot. And
not just what's at school.
Not just what's at school.
The teachers they become counselors.
Yeah.
They become therapists.
Yeah.
They become an advocate. Because I remember when I was in high school, some teachers they stepped out of that role to become an advocate when I didn't have anybody to talk to. They were right there. Shout out to Miss Moody and Miss King, Mrs. She's not around anymore. Mrs. Freeman, that's your name now. If you see this, what's up? Thank you. But all of those teachers, they played a significant role in my life.
Yeah.
When I felt like I couldn't go to my parents, I could go to them, and they would be that safe space. And I don't think some teachers are in it for. I can't say they're in it for the money because they don't get paid much. But it's something, because some teachers, they are in there for the money.
I mean, we can divide and do all of that. It's just, for me, I just think that I think teachers are not really as appreciated as they should be.
True.
I do think that educators, I'm not going to say teachers, I'm going to say educators, but I'm saying teachers, but educators are not as appreciated as they should be, because they got to deal with multiple kids.
Absolutely.
And heaven forbid if they got their own. So they got to deal with multiple kids and then go home and deal with their own kids.
Right.
Thank God for the people that, teachers that I had, because I honestly think they had balance during the years that I went through. I think during the years we had school, I felt like they had balance. Yeah. I don't know what's going on now. But see, I grew up in the era of it takes a village to raise a child. And so I grew up in the era where everybody knew who my mama was. Everybody knew who my dad was. So even if I cut up, all they had to say was, I'm going to tell your mama.
That's it.
And then they had permission to discipline me. And then when I got home, my parents disciplined me. And so
I think, yes, because we did grow up in that era.
I'm sorry. I grew up in that area. Like, the teachers knew who my mama was. Every teacher.
Everybody.
Every single teacher knew who my mama was. Every single teacher knew who my dad was. Even from school to neighborhood to the church, everybody knew who I belonged to. And if I cut up one time or one good time, all they had to say was, I'm telling your mama. Because my mom wasn't the one to discipline me more than my dad. My mom disciplined me more than my dad. But yeah, don't y'all tell Patricia. Please don't. Don't tell her.
Yeah, I get that. I get that a lot.
And we don't have that. I mention that because we don't have that.
Yeah, I was just going to say, because it used to be the fact that, I'm going to tell your mama, or your mama gave me permission to discipline you. If I see you cutting up, don't you do it. Okay?
But see, the discipline, let's go here. The discipline for me, which I hated, was the note home and you had to get your parents to sign it.
I don't think I
I
had that.
had that.
They just called.
No. Well, they called too, but it was the note home. Because in my time, my mom would check my book bag because we had folders and everything like that. Let her see a letter. Ah! Let her see a letter in good cursive writing.
I think I did have one letter.
I had them notes home. Listen, them things were detrimental. We didn't have text messages back then.
Think about that.
We didn't have text messages back then. We didn't have email. Well, no, we didn't have emails back then either.
No.
We had the note home. Do not.
And this is grade school era.
Yes.
This is not junior high. Not high school. This is grade school.
No, high school. No, you got detention and you got in school suspension and. I think we had emails by the time, I had emails by the time we got to high school.
Yeah, by the time we got to junior
but grade
high,
school,
we had emails and stuff.
But grade school? Don't you get a
letter? Let me
letter?
tell you something. I got in trouble one good time. And I'm saying one good time because it only took one time.
That's all you need.
So, this one of my classmates dropped their homework. Mm-hmm. I didn't know it was my classmates' homework. I thought it was mine.
Go ahead and justify. Go ahead and justify.
I wrote my name.
Go ahead and justify.
On the paper.
You better go ahead. Justify that thing.
And she was like, this is my homework. I said, no, it's not. She was like, on the back of my name right here. I ain't writing on the other side. I'm like, oh, crap. So I got in trouble for that, right? So they did. They not only did they call my people, they also sent me with a letter. Mm-hmm. And that letter...
Not the letter.
See, I only lived the next block over, okay? So, but then the saving grace was, too, the nanny house was on the other side of the city, and I still had to walk there. So I think this particular day, my mama worked nights at the time. So I went to nanny house, right? So I'm running, and I said the note had flew off or whatever. That did not keep me from the whooping that I got. But going back to that, you said it takes a village.
Yeah.
I think now in this age, it's a lot of parents that's having kids, young parents that's saying, don't put your hand on my kids, don't do this, don't do that, which makes some kids feel like, oh, my mama gonna defend me regardless, even if I'm wrong. They feel real entitled.
That's where the entitlement come in at.
Yeah, they feel that really strong, and it's just like, what are you supposed to do? Like, it literally does take a village to raise a child.
It takes a village.
And
it takes a village because the thing is that because of the reason why, I know for me at the time, my mom was, my dad worked and my mom was going to school. Mm-hmm. So there were times where, I would be at home by myself. Mm-hmm. But the thing about it was I had neighbors. In the house that we lived in, I had neighbors. Mm-hmm. I had a neighbor on one side, I had a neighbor on the other side. If anything happened, I knew to go to the neighbors. I knew where to go. You know what I'm saying? And so it was like, thank the Lord, I've never had to, that was never an issue, mm-hmm. with me growing up. But my mom had that stuff in place. You know what I'm saying? Cause I think during my upper years, I think my dad started working a night shift, I don't know. I'm not really familiar. I'm not really sure. But I do know that my mom went to school at night. Because she worked on the day and then she went to school. Mm-hmm. And so I would be at home or whatever. I only could watch one channel. She would leave me on one channel, channel 32. Listen, channel 32. During that time, I don't even know if you remember this. During that time, when I got home, it was the Animaniacs.
Okay.
Tiny Toons.
Okay.
Like I had to watch all of that. Like she wouldn't let me watch nothing else. And so PBS, yes, I would watch. PBS was like more on a Saturday thing.
Really?
That was a Saturday thing. Yeah. PBS was Saturday
morning.
Well, when I was
after school, 3 o'clock, Zoom come on.
Yeah.
Come on, and song, come on. They need to bring that show back.
Yeah, I did kid songs. I don't know if you remember kid songs.
Kid songs.
That was my show, kid songs. Because I'm like, I want to be on that show. I want to be on that show.
I wanted to be on Zoom. I was a real science
Okay,
nerd.
Understood. Okay, I can see that. I can see that.
They combined the music with science.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful thing.
Yeah, you was in heaven.
Yeah.
Did you watch Bill Nye?
Bill Nye,
the science guy. Bill.
The science guy.
That was my show. I just love the intro. Bill.
Reading Rainbow, all of that stuff.
PBS was more. That was more of the.
I just had this thought, like, this is probably why. Because remember, as we were growing up, we had stuff to cater to our age group.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing a video or something, and it made a lot of sense. A lot of kids these days, they really don't have anything to cater to their age group anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
They go from like 0 to 12, then adult.
Yeah.
Like even the like for girls, kitty makeup, like the little fake makeup or whatever. So like their training wheels or whatever. Now
grow up so quickly.
Listen, like
we had to be a kid. Like growing up, we had to be a kid.
Different facial routines. I'm like stuff I didn't learn till I was an adult. My child is doing.
We had to be a kid.
Yeah.
Like, I listen. Yeah, I don't care. My mama made me stay a kid. You know, and her words was to me, you stay in a child's place, and so that's a problem for me.
That's
because
something I should have did. I'm sorry. I should have stayed in the child's place.
No, but the crazy part about it is
like right now.
Mercy.
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 Right now, because adulting is ghetto.
Sick of this. Adulting.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Listen, adulting. I'm telling you. I think I said this in one of our I think in the first season of our podcast. When I tell y'all I am so tired of rent. So sick of rent.
Mortgage.
All that.
Life
be lifing. Life be lifing. But no, we were definitely like, I was a kid, I was a kid. I don't say this. No, I say this for real. I didn't have a bad childhood. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Of course I had, we had some stuff because life is life, but I didn't have a bad childhood, you know what I'm saying? And I thank God for the teachers, all the teachers that I had. There was a lady, that nobody want her. You had that one mean teacher that didn't nobody want. I got two of them. One was Miss Reed. Her name was Miss Reed. Me and my brother both had her.
Okay.
She was a reading teacher.
Okay.
Reading, something like that. And then for 8th grade, Mr. Walton, he was a history teacher, but he played favorites. I can say this now. I don't know. I don't care. I can say it now. I'm grown. He played favorites. He had his favorites. He did. Okay. He played favorites.
Was this in grade school?
This is 8th grade. This is 8th grade. Okay. Now high school, I don't remember. Only teacher that I liked was my music teacher, Mr. Griesmer. His name was Mr. Griesmer. I had him all 4 years. We called him Mr. G.
Okay.
Because we couldn't say his last name.
Okay.
So we called him Mr. G. Mr. G. I had him for all 4 years of choir.
Okay.
My favorite teacher. He became my mentor. Senior year?
Okay.
He became my mentor, but I couldn't tell you about nothing else.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you about.
I remember every teacher from kindergarten.
I remember my first grade teacher. Her name was Miss Zarowski. I grew up in the era where they had ski at the end of their name.
Oh, Zarowski.
I had Mrs. Zarowski. I love that lady. She taught because I used to mix up my B and D's. My B and D's, so she helped me understand the difference between writing my B and my D's.
Okay.
So Miss Zarowski, that was my teacher. The Lord delivered. Huh? He brought me out that miry clay. So I had Miss Zarowski. I had a Lewandowski.
Okay.
I had a Lewandowski.
What a ski.
It was a ski. I'm telling you, I grew up in the era with ski. It was a Lewandowski. I had a Mrs. Lewandowski. She was my 4th grade teacher.
Okay.
It's funny I remember all these teachers. out of Miss Thompson. She was second grade. I don't know why I'm remembering all these teachers now. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. But yeah, I remember
all of them.
I remember.
You said something about the mean. Nobody wanted the mean teachers, right?
Right.
So growing up, in the second grade, everybody was like, "Oh, you don't want Miss Sanders. She's so mean." I ended up getting her.
Listen.
And she was mean, but for a good reason.
Okay.
Because our class was bad. They're always goofing off and always, it was sit down. Ain't nobody doing nothing. But
I don't think I was part of them classes.
No, I had every mean teacher, but except for in fifth and sixth grade. Mm-hmm. Fifth grade, my homeroom teacher was the mean teacher, Miss Doris. Homeroom teacher. And then the sixth grade, everybody said, "You don't want Miss Lee." Mm-hmm. Ooh, I love Miss Lee so much because she was so nice. But I didn't have her. I only had her for Greek because she's the one that taught us about sororities and fraternities. Okay. And she taught us the Greek alphabet. Okay. And it was required in her class to say it forwards and backwards. Mercy. So I guess she just knew everybody in the class was going to pledge at some point. I don't know. Who knows? But I loved her so much. But my homeroom teacher for that year, I think I talked about her before, Miss Scholar. I didn't like her. But I think she played favorites too.
You know, I feel like in our era, we had them teachers that played favorites. Yeah. They ain't want to say it out loud, but looking back, y'all know y'all played favorites.
Especially in my junior year in high school.
I couldn't stand them.
My English teacher, she played favorites. I know she did.
I know
she
they
loved
played
the
favorites.
athletes. She did. She loved all the athletes. I mean, I was a band geek. I was in band. I was getting really good grades. And for whatever reason, she was the only one that gave me a problem. And you know, junior year is very important. This lady really did not like me. She would always lose my homework. My God. To the point where I would tell my mama, because I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I'm always turning it in, always do this. She said, so just make a copy. So I would have to make 2-3 copies of the homework to say, here's the copy, here it is. And because she would still consider it late, I'll get the lower end of the grade. I passed her class with a D. And it wasn't on purpose.
Play favorites. They do.
She was playing.
I hope no teachers like that now. I hope ain't no teachers like that now.
I hope not.
I hope y'all educators are doing good. But listen, let me tell y'all something. Teachers, y'all lives matter.
Yes,
y'all lives matter.
And I pray they increase y'all salaries.
Oh my God!
This is the thing.
Oh my God!
If they got billions of dollars to put to the jails, they got billions of dollars to put into all this construction that's never finished on these highways and byways. They got billions of dollars to send overseas.
I ain't got nothing to say.
Why can't we put that money into the people that are teaching
in our schools or the teachers,
our children?
Yeah, I agree.
Put them in the schools instead of closing down the schools.
I never understand.
Why don't you build the?
I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Like, we put our money in everything else, but we don't put our money in what's important. Like, we want our kids to have an education. Literally. We want our kids to, we want them to grow and move forward and all of that. But it's just like, maybe
they forgot children are our future, because they are. Think about it. We were once children. Now we're raising up children. It's the circle of life.
Huh?
Lion King told you.
Come on, Lion. Huh?
Lion King told you. It's the circle of life.
Come on, Mufasa.
You have children.
Talk to us today. Minister.
Our children.
Minister. Huh? That's a word.
Children. They grow up to be adults. But as they are children, it's the teachers and the parents that's cultivating them to be mature, life-centered, what's grounded adults. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, everybody.
I believe.
And I blame TV too. That's why I don't really have TV in my house.
Mercy.
Because, you watch people, the stuff, because there's not a lot of shows on TV that caters to children.
Once
anyway.
again, we had it good.
It's
growing
like
up.
we had a really good.
I'm just saying, we millennials had it good growing up. I'm gonna be
really
honest, we did because. Like we had, we had shows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We had family.
They got stuff that's for little children. Like they're creating new stuff for little children, but not for our teens.
But the thing is that the way that TV is now and the way that stuff is in now, it's like they have to incorporate so much stuff in it that it's like I'm not going to even try to. I don't even want to mention it, but they have to incorporate so much stuff in it. It's just like it's no longer. Child based or children based.
It's not. And
careful.
Do we want to go here?
Careful.
Yeah.
Tread softly.
I think you feel where
tread softly.
Because even in this, them changing the curriculum for children.
Oh,
it's
God. My Lord. Oh.
It's
I felt the travail right there. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to be careful how I word my mouth.
Oh
because
my God. Oh my
I'm
God.
sensitive to where we are. However,
oh God.
We just have to be careful
Tread softly.
with what we are saying
Uh-huh.
and what we're teaching,
Mm-hmm.
because you want everybody to be exclusive of, all of this stuff that's happening. I'm really trying to be careful.
I'm still travailing.
I'm really trying to be careful.
Oh God.
But it's like you're taking the because I've seen videos pop up as well where parents are trying to fight for their children and what they're learning.
Yeah.
And if the parents are saying, I don't want my child to learn this, and you're saying, well, this is just a part of the curriculum. No.
It's down to the fact that, and this is, my wife mentioned this, but it's down to the fact that if you're walking into a school and you have to look at what does the bathroom say?
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
What does the bathroom say?
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it right there. Because it's just like now we're cultivating, or we are cultivating the minds. Now I'm trying not to go biblical here, but we're cultivating the minds of this new generation to think that it's more than just one type of gender.
Yeah. And it's like,
I'm going to leave that alone. Oh God, oh God, oh God.
Okay.
Oh,
so it's like,
oh God.
We have this stuff happening, right?
I feel the travail.
Yeah, and I'm trying not to say it, but I feel like I have to say it.
I feel Dr. Watts coming through. Dr. Watts gonna come through.
I'm screaming.
Dr. Watts gonna come through.
No, but it's like
love the Lord.
Things with the I'll have love for everybody.
Absolutely.
I have friends that are a part of that community.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong.
I got friends in that community too.
However, when you feel like you have to force,
it's the forcing part.
Yes,
it's the forcing.
You're forcing people.
You're taking people's choice away.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one thing that I love about the Lord is that He gave me free will and free choice.
Yeah.
To choose.
Yeah.
What I want to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry. This is your story.
And
I love the Lord.
And so when you have somebody that is, what is it called? A trans woman. So somebody that was born a man that said they want to be a woman. Mm-hmm. Is that what it's called?
Trans
woman.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to know the right term. I'm sorry. I don't want to know. Because I'm a man.
If I got it right. And I'm a woman.
Oh, man.
So when you have somebody,
there's nothing being cut off.
Huh?
Oh, okay. I love the Lord. He heard my cry. All right.
When you have somebody arguing with me that has been a woman all her life. Arguing with me saying that they can have a child, please.
Oh God, oh God, oh God.
It's so much more to being a woman than dressing up like one. I'm just saying. But that's, but when you're trying to force that, so the teachers have to deal with that too.
Yes.
How to explain it
without being
ignorant and pushing
ignorant, judgmental.
Yeah.
Without they can't bring their own personal beliefs and their religious beliefs. I'm gonna say religious, but their religious beliefs into it because they have to teach it. So, like I said, teachers' lives matter because they have to cultivate so much that and a lot of the teachers now are around our age. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And we were brought up in a different mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Mentality,
we were brought up
different era.
Yeah, we just brought up
mental health is
real.
It's real. It's not just real, but it's now being highlighted. Like it's being encouraged to go to therapy now.
Because life is different. It was different.
But see, back then, you could say life back then was different than what our parents was going through as well. Yeah. So now it's like, okay, this is very different.
It is, and I'm not saying like we're not here. And I'll make this clear and put this out. I guess it's the disclaimer. We're not here to tear down what's being taught. We're not here rebuking what's being taught. We're not even here to say that we agree or disagree with what's being taught. It's just the fact that it's difficult.
It's very difficult.
It's difficult to teach it, or difficult to even learn how to. I don't want to use the word adapt because I'm not really adapting to it, but it's just difficult to cultivate our minds to that because of what we once knew or what we was taught.
And now it's to the point where my child is coming home teaching me stuff about it, and I'm like,
I taught my mama some stuff, not like that, but you know what I mean. I taught her like when it came down to music and when it came down, like I said, it was different. That's like I'm saying,
that stuff.
But it's like,
but I'm talking about in health class.
Oh my.
Health class. That's what I'm talking about. I'm like, really? I didn't know that. What does that word mean? Well, we're going to the dictionary. And yes, they do still print the dictionary. So, yeah.
I don't know what's happening. Teachers, y'all lives matter.
Yes, you do.
We are
and
here.
We applaud you.
We applaud you.
And thank you.
We thank you. We're praying for you.
It's almost the end of the school year, too. So y'all deserve this break.
If y'all get the break. Because some of y'all might not be breaking. Y'all probably got to work.
Yeah. Because during those summer years, or summer months, they don't get paid unless they pick up summer school.
Yeah.
So, again, we fight. Listen. Yeah. I wish that I could vote for them to get paid all year round.
Absolutely. Well, they do. Some do. They don't?
No.
Y'all don't get paid all year?
No, they don't. That's what I said. They don't get during those summer months when they're off.
No, because okay.
If they pick up, like if they teach summer school.
Well, I know some teachers. Well, I'm not gonna say all of them. I know that out here in the south suburb area, I know that certain schools they give you a
stipend.
They give you you have a choice of either getting all of your checks in one lump sum, or you can get them every 2 weeks. Now I know that
that's in some areas.
Yeah, because out here only know in the south suburbs.
That's what I'm talking about. Because like in high school, I was told unless they pick up.
Okay.
In the summers, because I don't know about Chicago. I know about the south suburbs because that's where I'm from. And if they don't work during those summer months, they do not get paid.
Now, I know I dealt with that when I was at a particular school that I worked at in the south suburbs. Like I thought that we got paid during the summer, and I realized that we didn't get paid in the summer if we didn't work during the summer, and that kind of that hurt my heart for like 2 months. I was like, so I get that. Now I lived it, but then I also, like I said, I only can use my mom because my mom once was an educator. She's retired now, but my mom would get something You can either get a lump sum for those months, or you can get your weeks every 2 weeks. Plus, you can make more money by working during the summer if you wanted to. Okay. So, like I said, I think everybody's different, but it depends on what everybody does. But at the end of the day,
they don't still get paid enough.
Don't at all. But at the end of the day, teachers, y'all lives matter. Yes. Y'all lives matter. We are definitely praying for you. We are definitely we are rooting for you. We are.
Yes.
We want you, just as well as we want the kids to be safe.
We want you all to be safe too. Because there was another video that came out where another teacher was attacked by another student and her leg was broken. It don't call all that. Y'all need to teach y'all kids to keep them hands.
Get y'all kids in line.
And to respect their elders.
Get y'all kids in line. Get y'all kids. That's what Pastor John Hanna said. Now I'm going to echo him. He was like, get y'all kids.
Yeah.
Get y'all kids in line. Get y'all kids. Get y'all kids.
Get them babies.
And then if you can't get your kids, then get somebody who will get your kids. Because somebody will. Mm-hmm. Believe me. There is somebody out here in this world that ain't got no problem get a child in line. And it ain't got nothing to do with abuse.
Nothing at all.
Nothing to do with abuse. It's discipline. I'm sorry. I'm not happy with the fact that the way that we were raised with discipline is called abuse now. I don't like that because at the end of the day, it sounds harsh, but it works. Predicated on how you use it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that it's not. I don't think that it's outdated.
Right.
I don't think it's outdated. I just think that if you can touch the stove and it's hot and you can get it, you can feel that the same way you can get popped on your hand.
Yep.
Because you out of pocket or you out of line. That's when I got you got hit on the hand with the babies. Mm-hmm. But it moved up to the hand to the belt. But we're not gonna talk about that. But then it moved from just using the whole hand. Anyway, but I'm just saying, like, I can't tell anybody how to parent because I'm not one. I don't know, what your take on that. I wish we did. I wish we did. About a I don't know why I'm starting. By the way, happy Mother's Day to everybody. Happy Mother's Day to my co-host. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. I know Mother's Day has passed, but we still in the month. So happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there. And like I said, happy Mother's Day to my co-host. And I do now. I wish we did brought one of our mothers in just to talk about that because I feel like it's not outdated. It's not. There are literally adults. There are alpha males, and there are I'm not gonna say dominant women, but there are that even alpha women, if I can say that has that authority. Like you just know not to cross. Back in the day, it was called Big Mama. They were called Big Mama back in the day. That's what they were called.
I do not. I don't whoop my child.
Understood.
But she knows if that is ever an option that she has crossed the line.
You can get it. You can get it.
There was when she was growing up, I did.
Yeah.
But now it's like to the point I should tell you, and and if you don't do it, accept the consequences.
Yeah.
Now
you cultivate your discipline to predicate it to the child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every child don't have to. You ain't gotta. Beat them with something. You know what I'm saying? Every child is not
right.
Like
every
that.
child is different, and then you have to. I think there's nothing wrong with having a conversation with your child as well.
Mm-hmm. I got whoopings.
Yeah, I got whoopings too.
I got whoopings.
But you still can have a conversation.
I had a conversation while I was getting whooped.
Lord Jesus.
I had to answer the question. Why should
Why didn't you do it? I said, why you didn't
do it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just like.
I get it. I understand.
Yeah,
but
that's what I grew up on. I'm used to that. Do I miss it? Absolutely not. But
effective communication.
Yeah. Absolutely. It just works with whoever predicate on your child. So, but like I said,
on your child.
Like I said, teachers, we are rooting for you all. We definitely want. I'm just tired of seeing these videos of teachers getting jumped on, teachers getting hit on by students.
Yeah. Or just children being disrespectful.
It's just like
it's a spirit.
It is. I mean, just get it together.
Get it together.
Get it together. It's okay. Get it together.
I don't really want to stay. Oh yeah, that is the song.
You went in.
I did.
Okay.
You know, I got a song for everything.
Listen. But I think that's all we got.
Okay.
I think that's all
That was
we
a
got.
good conversation.
It was a very good conversation. Wish we had somebody in with us, but it's okay. We'll get somebody in next time. All right, but we thank y'all for joining us on the Without Limits podcast. Make sure y'all subscribe. All right,
Subscribe.
For real, we back to that. Make sure y'all subscribe. Okay, everywhere.
And don't forget, if you're interested in going to Forever Evolving's Dance Recital on May 28th,
make sure you go.
Get your tickets now.
Everything
I heard the show is almost sold out, so get your tickets now.
Everything, but the Eventbrite, everything like that, we're gonna put it's gonna be in the description, so make sure y'all get that, okay? All right, so thank y'all for joining us for the Without Limits podcast, conversations with CJ
and Jay.
Peace, y'all.